Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Permission to introduce myself. My name is Okidika Alvaro, student ID 1913025010. Here I will present about memory storage device. Just the first, namely the definition of data storage media. Computer data storage is a media that is used with functions to store convenience of digital data available on a computer device for a certain time so that it can be read and reopened to reprocessing on the device. For now, computer storage media is divided in three categories, namely magnetic storage media, optical storage media, and cloud storage media. And then I will discuss the three categories in detail, the type, and also exam of each of these categories. Kinds of storage media. The first is magnetic storage, the second is optical storage, and the third is cloud storage. I do right first. Magnetic storage is a storage medium that is included in secondary storage, which is the most widely used in modern computer systems. The advantage is that the storage capacity on this media is larger than other storage media, averaging petabytes and high data access speed. While the drawbacks, the price is more expensive when compared to other storage media. Kinds of media from magnetic disk. The first is diskette. In 1969, the floppy disk was first introduced. At that time, it could only read, so then the data could not be modified or deleted. It is 8-inch in size and can store around 80 kilobyte data. 4 years later, the same floppy disk appeared and could store as much as 256 kilobytes of data. Additionally, it has rewritable ability. The next development in 1999 was born a disk with a size of 3 inches that can store about 250 megabytes of data, also called zip disk. The second is hard disk. Hard disk is a type of disk that is fixed, does not need to be removed as a floppy disk. Generally made of solid metal in form of a disk or plate. A hard disk usually consists of more than one disk or plate coated with iron oxide. The data storage method is almost the same as a floppy diskette. The hard disk material is hard and the storage capacity is greater, also distinguish it from floppy diskettes, which are relatively elastic. The third is flash disk. Flash disk is a storage device from another type of floppy disk using a USB type interface cable. Even now, the size is getting small with a much bigger capacity up to 1 terabyte. The fourth is memory card. Storage media that is widely used in computer and electronic equipment such as digital camera, laptop, cell phones, iPod, and the fifth is zip drive. Zip drive is a magnetic storage media with a very small head and can hold up to 750 megabytes of data. This format became the most popular of the super floppy type product but never reached the standard status of replace the 3-inch floppy disk. Later, CDR-WW replaced zip disk and the internal and extra zip 6050 or zip CD. Recorders were sold under zip brand. Then namely optical storage or optical disk. Optical storage is a medium that stores computer data that can be written to and read using a low power laser. The advantage is that it is light than some magnetic disk storage media. The drawback is that the memory capacity is smaller than magnetic disk, and if it is scratched, the risk is that the data will not be read. Kinds of media from magnetic disk. The first is CD. CD or laser optical disc is a type of optical disc that first appeared. Reading and writing of data on the disc is handled via a laser beam. Therefore, the optical disc access speed is much higher than that of a floppy disk. In the market, there are at least three different kinds of optical discs that are offered according to your needs, namely CD-ROM, CD-ROM, and CD-rewritable. The second is the CD-ROM. CD that are used to store read-only or read-only data are known as CD-ROMs. In general, CD-ROMs produced are a database, the operation of which requires at least a personal set of computers with hard disk, CD drive, and printers when required. Data stored on the CD-ROM can be in the form of text, graphics, images, and so on. The third is WORM. CD-ROMs, which stand for Written Once Read Many, can be written on computers. As the name implies, recording can only be done once. After recording, the contents cannot be changed. This CD is useful for storing documents, draft images, songs, etc., which are intended as a backup. These CDs are often sold as CDR or CD record table label. The fourth is the CDR-WW. CDR-WW drive as use a read laser beam to write information from the computer to recording disk. Either CDR disk which cannot be erased or CDR-WW disk, which can be erased and recording about 1000 times. CDR-WW depth are used for erasing cracked audio CD, which can be played on almost any play or data disk, which are used for backing up or transferring files. And the fourth is DVD. DVD is the next generation of storage technology using optical disc media. DVD have a much less capacity than regular CD-ROMs, reaching 9 gigabytes. This DVD technology is now widely used by major music and film companies, making it the most popular electronic product in the 3 years since it was first introduced. The development of DVD-ROM technology is also fast. Can CD-ROM. One DVD-ROMs allow an average data transfer rate of 1321 megabytes per second with an average transfer burst of 12 megabytes per second. Well, here I got questions, and the question is, how do magnetic storage, optical storage, and cloud storage work? Well, I will answer immediately. The first is the working of magnetic storage. The workings of magnetic storage. When the disk is used, the motor drive rotates at a very high speed. There is a read head that is placed on the surface of the disk. The disk surface is divided into several tracks, which are still divided into several sectors. Fixed head disks have one head for each track, while moving head disks are often known as hard disks, only have one head that must be moved to access from one track to another. The second is how optical storage works. The storage media rotates very fast. This rotation affects the data transfer speed. By reading the data through the optical on the reading device. And the last way of working from cloud storage is to be able to store data on this media. We are required to upload the files and to retrieve the data we have to download the file. That's the result of my presentation about memory storage device. If there are mistakes or lack of words, I apologize and I end. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.